All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Health Wildcatters Hackathon, first info session of the week. Thank you so much for coming. This one will be focused on our IBM Cloud resources that we'll have available during the event. So thank you for coming. This is Melanie Hollings. I'm one of the co-directors. And tonight, Mohammed Ali Jaderi, one of the other co-directors, will be presenting. So we've all been working behind the scenes to put this event together, and we have a lot of really good information and collaboration for you. So Mohammed is currently a software architect at iSono Health, where they develop a portable and automated 3D breast ultrasound scanner, and has a lot of other software development background and experience, and he has a PhD in software engineering from UT Dallas. So we're going to go through a lot of the what IBM Cloud is and a lot of our resources. So take it away, Mohammed.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. And today I'm going to talk about IBM Cloud. So they told me that this is going to be a mixture of developers and people who are not familiar with programming and IT in general. So I thought that maybe keep this one in a way that everybody understands, but still in a way that, even if you are a developer, you are not bored. So today's topic is about IBM Cloud. As you know, IBM is sponsoring our events and provide the prizes in form of credits. And we would like all the teams do a proof of concept of their idea through one of the IBM products in the IBM Cloud products that is available to them. I'm going to do a short introduction of what IBM Cloud is and how you can get started with it. And during the events, we will be available to help you do your own proof of concept. So what is IBM Cloud? IBM Cloud is a platform as a service plus infrastructure as a service. It provides an integrated experience to build applications within the cloud, existing environment, and infrastructure. So whether you want to have virtual servers and manage your own way of networking and everything, you can use IBM Cloud as an infrastructure and build your own application on top of it. In addition to that, it has a lot of services that a good cloud platform provides. It has automated databases, event systems, web servers, whatever you can imagine is available in IBM Cloud. And I will give you more examples when we go through this presentation, and later we will do Q&A on anything that is not covered. So creating an account is simple, easy. Just go to ibm.com/cloud/free. I would like everybody to do that. This is great. This is free, and there are 40 always available services in IBM Cloud. It's always free. You can use that for your applications. Okay, so what is included when you log in? There is a console that you can define your projects. You can do user management, uh, define a catalog of the services, tag the services, search the services, and manage all of them. And it has the billing that what each service costs you. Of course, if you are getting the price, if you are getting the credits, it will go toward whatever users you have. One of the things I had was always my question too. What's the comparison between IBM Cloud and its competitor? You know that we have AWS, we have Azure, we have Google Cloud, Alibaba, Oracle. They are all big players in the market, and IBM is one of them. So I found a great link here. I share in the desktop. It will do side-by-side comparison of all these cloud features. And let me open this website. I wanted to mention something on the website itself. Which one was that? So if you see, there was a time AWS was way ahead of the competition, but now for most of the services that AWS provides, IBM also has it. The other ones that also has it is not that if you are going to work on a startup, you are going to work on a new application product, you can still leverage everything that IBM provides as well. For example, for a database, Amazon has RDS, and in IBM world, you have DB2, Informix, and of course, if you want to do more open source, you have access to Postgres and MySQL. It's very popular. If you want to do NoSQL, there's MongoDB available here, other NoSQL databases, and similar to other clouds. So there was a time that, you know, these cloud providers, they did not have all the tools, but eventually they catch up. Of course, if you see, there are still more services in AWS, but for one product to be successful, IBM always almost provides all the required services. You know, in many services you may not need in your product, and uh, there is also Kubernetes that is the heart of most of these services. Now, if you want to do something cross-platform, you can just go with Kubernetes and deploy containers, and all of them provides as built with a cross-cloud platform. So that's the introduction, like why we even need to consider IBM Cloud when there are other competitors that ahead. So it's a good service. Also, if you are a developer familiar with this IBM, familiar with one of the clouds, you probably can find the relevant technology there and use that in the IBM world. So what's inside of the cloud? If you want to do categorize it, what's there? You get the bare metal that is the lower to the hardware. So let's say you have like access to the networking. You can do all the networking things at the lower level, define the hard disk, define this firewalls on top of them. So this is like maximum control, and of course you get the maximum performance out of it because you are configuring and you are taking care of the configuration based on your application. However, for many startups that may not be the best choice because as a startup, you want to go with more development speed. You want to go toward something that helps you deliver your product faster to the market. So more enterprises probably need to be on the left side where the bare metal services are, or toward the left side. Maybe you want to have your own virtual server. But as a startup, you want to go and leverage what is more available in the serverless or in platform as a service. For example, you may want to use IBM Cloud Functions to create a scalable data processing engine, or you may want to use IBM databases or Postgres database that has a managed servers for your database. And of course, if you want to go more control and be more portable, if you want to transfer from one cloud to another, you can keep your services at containers level. You can leverage Kubernetes engine, deploy your applications as Docker, and keep it at container. Sorry, this one is more toward if you are a developer. If you are not understanding what I'm saying, it's okay. Just know that the more you are on toward the serverless and let the cloud services manage the work for you, the higher is your development speed, and the less the more you want to have performance and control, you will be less portable, but you can customize that for your application. And for startups, it's better to be more on the right side, like leverage whatever is available in the cloud for you to develop your solution as soon as possible. So the other reason that you may want to see what IBM Cloud is, even though you may know other cloud services, is right now there is a pattern that more companies are leveraging multi-cloud environments. And why is so? Because one cloud may not provide everything. Let's say the AI in IBM Cloud, Watson AI, is unique to IBM. And if it solves a problem that the other cloud cannot do, why not leveraging that? And also you can, as a startup, you can reduce the cost of your operation, at least for the first few years, by having your um, services distributed in different clouds. You know that right now we are in the web world. You just deploy a service in one of the clouds, and there is a web endpoint you can hit from anywhere in the world, including the other clouds. And IBM also helps with cloud automation. If you are in an enterprise, you want to move your applications to the cloud, or you have different clouds, you want to do that. There are services that IBM also provides. So this is another reason that even if you know other clouds, even if you are using other clouds today, just keep in mind, knowing another cloud, working with another cloud is a huge leverage. Let's say you get 100K of 100K of credits in IBM Cloud. Why not using that? It's free, right? And also it will help your startup to move faster. Okay, this one is more for developers. If this is an example of insurance application deployed for the cloud, and it shows how different pieces of the IBM cloud can be pieced together to make a super large application, super large enterprise application. On the left side is more like actors who are outside of the service, outside of the system. You have other clouds, the pure clouds, the DMV is there, maybe medical records are there, some blockchain networks are there, and then you have the users, it's application users, customers, claim adjusters, and they are getting connected to the edge services of IBM. And from here, there is API management. That's basically an API gateway that opens the services to the world. And there are some services related to the customer experience, like the helps to have microservices UI communications, like a chatbot, and then you have artificial intelligence on the top. Um, and you can see there is a IBM Assistant, and marketing and finance thing can actually leverage the artificial intelligence inside of the IBM Cloud. And then you have data and AI. You can do visualization. You can use Watson Studio, that's a fully fledged AI platform. And you have data lake, that object storage. Think of it like a S3 bucket, just like very big hard drive that you can store almost any data in it. And all these things can use cognitive solutions like business rules, real-time insights, fraud detection that are already implemented in IBM Cloud. And we have everything related to the security, encryption. Sorry, there are so many things here that I try to manage as showing a bottom line. Anyways, that's how different services can piece together to build a real large application in the cloud. And probably as a startup, you may not want to leverage all of these things, but probably in the future you will do. Okay, let's go to the next one. Um, what is the importance of a cloud and API for your startup? The importance is, I'm just giving you one example. I saw a startup, it was acquired for $100 million. And I was one of the consultants just going through their code and helping them with the integration and helping them with the merging of these two companies. And when I saw this company, this startup, they did not have a single technology of their own. They did not invented any technology. Their work was mostly bringing different technologies together and match them up and build a business out of it. And a lot of startups today are doing that. So if you are thinking that you want to have a successful company, successful startup, you need to be leveraging APIs. You need to leveraging all resources available on the internet for you. Right now, it's very important to be fast to get to the market because there is a ton of competition. If your product takes 10 years to be developed, probably it's too late, right? So you don't need to create your own artificial intelligence. You don't need to create your own web service. It's already there. You just need to know how to use it and leverage that. We provide two links here. Like it's a tutorial for doing a machine learning on top of the IBM Cloud. For IBM Cloud, there is a ton of resources that you can leverage to learn the functionality. Just explain this very quickly, that how does it look like when you want to do a machine learning in the cloud. So let's say our admin has the data, gather the data in form of CSV file, and then it uploads the CSV file to cloud object storage. Think of it like S3 buckets. So it's like a hard disk. You just put your file in a hard disk in the cloud. Of course, it can be as big as possible. So, and then there is a machine learning engine that will read this data and create a model. You have IBM Watson OpenScale that can scale this to millions of records, millions of requests, and all of these things is handled automatically for you in IBM Cloud. As long as you have your data, you upload your data, and you train that model, just configure the model based on the um, parameters and algorithms that you know works best for your data, then it's ready for production use. So all you need to do is to have a web client, post a request to slash predictions of that model, and gets a result back. And probably you heard this classification. It's a very classic classification problem that based on several features of these flowers can classify which type of flower is that. And if you follow this tutorial, we'll show you how to use SQL database and how to use machine learning to do this classification. Uh, for the sake of shorting this, for the sake of the time, I'm not going to uh, go through this tutorial fully here, but the links are here. We will share that with you. Let me see if I have it open here. Just show very quickly. Oh, I closed it probably. No, it's here. So the if you see this one of the tutorials, one of many, there are many resources that you can leverage. And it starts from the very beginning, how to import your data in your project and create a project and open the files, import the data, associate machine learning service to the project, build the model. And there are like a step by step how to do that. There are also video tutorials. The other one that I linked here is a video tutorial. Maybe at the end of the presentation, if we have time and everybody is interested, we can go through these video tutorials too. Okay, so for this challenge that we have, um, so we talked about APIs and we talked like how important they are. IBM Cloud provides some of the APIs, but there is a ton more APIs available in the internet that you can find. One of the resources there is this programmable web. You can search, and for this challenge, for this hackathon, even if you don't have any idea that what problem you're gonna solve, what problem you're gonna work on, you can look into the APIs and look into the list of the data available, list of the API available. And maybe, for example, there is a cardio API that calculates the risk of the patient to get the cardiovascular disease, right? So this API may give you the idea that how you can actually maybe build a platform around it. Maybe you can do that. Of course, I don't recommend finding problems through the solve solution, but as a part of your solution, you may be able to leverage APIs available in the internet, and it gives you some idea of what people are working on. Uh, we provide everyone a list of data sets available, and there is a Dropbox document. Please open this Dropbox. I don't know if it's shared in public or not, but a couple of people here made an effort to find these websites. There is like healthcare, healthdata.gov that provides a lot of data sets. For example, COVID-19 estimated patient impact, and you may be able to um, develop an idea, develop a new startup based on an estimate model of hospital capacity, or the other data is available. Um, this is one of the resources. We have listed a couple of others. There's hundreds of thousand data sets around the web. This go through the list, please. Open that, see if you can get ideas for your team, and maybe you can also use IBM Watson to do some sort of machine learning on top of one of these data sets if it's simple enough. Some of the data sets are really complex. This is another resource I know. I really like this service, Kaggle. If you haven't used that, there is a ton of data sets here too. There's a lot of them also related to healthcare. Some of them are not, of course, but a lot of them are related to healthcare. So from the top, if you go to the data sets, you can find, like, for example, COVID-19 world vaccination progress, and somebody created a CSV file, and you may be able to do a processing of this file on the IBM Cloud. Okay. So our challenge is to first try to find relevant services to your problem. So IBM provides a lot of services. If you go through the list that I put here, these are like some of them. Like you have Data Sage, IBM Watson Catalog, Natural Language Classifier, Language Translator. You may have an idea of text that you use text to speech to convert something in your problem, and leverage this API to do that. So look into the services that are available, and many of them are really easy to use. Many of them has a lot of tutorials around them, and they are as easy as creating the model, or maybe just uploading data, or calling a web request and get the results back and work on it. So like one of the examples I put here, like maybe we are working on with diabetes patients and you wanted to categorize those, and you may be able to use IBM Watson API to do that. It's great if you can create a proof of concept, and we are here to help you with creating a proof of concept. And don't be scared of, oh, our time is limited and we may not be able to do that. This is what hackathon is for. I encourage everybody to get your hands already on this IBM Cloud, get your hands already. When you build something that actually does work, it's more satisfaction than just imagining that it works, right? Okay, I talked about price. If a team or teams come with using IBM Cloud for their application, to solve their problem that they found, and they want to solve that problem, 2 teams get 12 months of credit. That's 100K value of IBM credit, and you can use that for the next 12 months. And this is really great deal. Even if you want to have a startup working on any challenge, this is like 1 year of free services, cloud services. And even if your system scales to 1 million customers and you become like a billionaire, you can still have this free services for a year, right? Okay, cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. There are more resources. We will share this presentation with everyone. We shared more resources in Discord channel. Our friend Avery put effort and provide some easy to use tutorials, easy to use solutions to go through IBM technologies regarding data science and creating a simple chatbot application. So it's nice if people go through these tutorials and let us know if we can help with any part. Thank you so much. Let's see, I get a lot of things in the chat. I hope I'm not talking monotone a lot. uh, okay, participants are heavier in science and business, vs technology. We hope it changes. We hope that we have a balance of technical people coming with data science people. Great solutions requires a great team, and great team needs to have diverse skill set. Yes, this is recorded for future. Yes, somebody is recording that, so we'll have that for future. I think we are good here. The chat. Thank you so much. If there is any question, I can answer. People are going to have Discord discussions Q&A later too. If you want to join Discord, that would be great too.
Yes, just I'm looking through the comments just to reiterate, this will be recorded and anyone can attend these sessions throughout the week, not only for those who submitted pitches. So we just want everyone who's participating to be able to do this. And then we'll also in Discord have all of these resources available. So Mohammed mentioned we have a document of data sets. We have the API website, a list of websites you can go to, and we've been working with someone from IBM to pull out some of the tutorials and videos that we think would be most useful on their website. And we'll also be available on Discord for any questions and support throughout the event. So be thinking about how you can use this as you come up with your solutions. We just wanted to give a high level overview for everyone from all different backgrounds so you could start thinking about it. So did anyone have any other questions? Feel free to chat or add it to the chat or unmute yourself. We have a little extra time right now.
We can also play that one of the tutorials shows how to create the model, the AI model, data science tutorial. If everybody is interested. If not, we can let people play by themselves later.
Is there any interest in running through one of the videos? We've watched them and they are pretty helpful to see some examples of what you can do and how to walk through the system. Or Mohammed, I'm thinking just if you could show the kind of the IBM Cloud website, just show where people can get started.
Okay, let me see. So
there are a lot of resources in here and it can be a little overwhelming. So we tried to highlight a few, but this is one specifically we were thinking if you wanted to pull one of those healthcare data sets that we've linked to in one of our documents, and then this is how you could actually upload that into IBM Watson and do some analysis of it using their AI platform.
Yeah, so this is something that you logged into the Watson Studio and you can use it. You can create a new project and go through. You want to play this video or sorry, Melanie, I'm not sure if I understood what you asked me to do.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everyone knew where to go, and if there's any interest, we could certainly play that.
So we discussed a lot. I suggest to start from this tutorial that's simple to follow and this demo. And this demo is this one that's open here. It has three parts. The first two parts is very simple, very easy. You can still do part 2 and part 1, part 2. It describes what IBM Cloud is and what you can do. So part 3 is more toward how to train your model, how to actually do predictions through the model. So that's this tutorial, and at the end we have more resources listed here if you are interested. And in the Discord, we have a channel and listed a bunch of more other links. My goal is to have it as simple as possible so all the teams can have at least one proof of concept of the concept that they are working. If we have more time, or maybe we can host another session to talk about what we can do and what we can do to let the teams to have one proof of concept. Log back. Okay, those who had access to IBM Cloud before and it's expired, so they cannot do new subscription, please let us know so that we can actually talk to IBM people who can help with them to log into IBM Cloud again. Sorry, I'm not affiliated with IBM. I'm not familiar with how their process is. So what we can do, we have Brian, right? So we can ask him to help you with logging to your account again.
Yeah, we will have support available from someone at IBM during the event, and then We'll also be available on Discord if anyone has any questions about just where to go or what you can do. Mohammed will be available, and me for more high-level questions coming from the non-developer side. But we've both participated in these events before and worked with it a little bit, and can kind of help you think about how to frame your project that you're working on and utilize these resources. So I don't know, there wasn't any specific interest in watching the video, but Avery, I think, were you going to go through kind of a Discord overview? So we can transition over to that.
Okay, if we are done, I can stop sharing, and Avery, you can go ahead from here. By the way, if this presentation was good, if you thought it was useful, it was all because of Melanie. She has spent a lot of time helping me to put these things together. And if it was bad, it's all my fault. I did not spend enough time to make it better. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope that it was useful. And I will be available during the sessions, and if you had any questions, I will help. If there is enough of interest for developers to create a proof of concept session, we may be able to host another session. If I know people are interested, see how they can actually create one application, then I will host another session and show you how to do it. Okay? Thank you so much. Avery, would you like to take that? I'm gonna stop sharing here.
Sure.
Thank you.
I think since we have the time, let's just get everyone comfortable since it's the first night. After these sessions, we'll be switching over to Discord. So, and Lindsay will have more information about that, but we just want to get everyone comfortable with doing that because I mean, all the co-directors will be available throughout the event on Discord for all different topics. So Avery will go through that.
Well, so I'm not going to show too much of Discord actually here, just a couple of slides for onboarding, but anyone that wants to, I'd recommend actually going on to Discord given the invite link. And I think it'd be best that you just become hands-on and we'll end up helping you there. All the links, whether it's for IBM, it's for this onboarding doc, it's for a number of other things. They typically are listed at the top description of each channel. And then some of them also have pinned messages from me that have additional links. So just in general here, the Texas Healthcare Challenge website for any general info, the schedule, the team, etc., is always going to be a good resource. We use Google Forms for the sign up, but also for participant data. So things like the breakdown of who has experience in the scientific side versus the programmatic side or the architectural side or the business side is something that we will also be posting once waves of participants join to make it a bit easier to know how to allocate people to your teams for a bit of diversity. Zoom video is going to be something that we also somewhat regularly use to broadcast things about the schedule, some notifications, anything upcoming, also broadcasting the kickoff and final presentations and any workshops along the way. And then Discord is really where the heavy interaction is meant to be. So if you're a team lead, you have likely already sent us something about your pitch and we have uploaded it. We also uploaded that pitch for the purpose of voting on it so that you can have some people say that they're interested or maybe interested, or maybe they just want to learn more. You can also utilize chat or video on Discord with your team or the production crew. So we've enabled some channels to interact with us as co-directors or mentors directly. Once a given team actually has 3 people allocated to their team, then we will also enable a private voice and chat channel. And then just in general, network and learning is encouraged. So it mostly breaks down into 4 different types of players. You have your participants, which are going to join teams and go through the deliverables on a given team for the hack. Your team leads, which are going to have an idea in mind and want to gather a team, also going through the deliverables of the hack. Mentors are going to be assigned to teams. They have subject matter expertise for guidance. It's going to vary across each mentor, but the idea is that if you have a general question or a specific question, that assigned mentor will be able to reach out to the whole group of mentors if they need to rely on someone else for an answer. And then you have the co-directors, which I liked to put the little Yoda symbol here for. We've been around for a little while, so we've seen more than one hackathon, or we've participated in a hackathon. We've produced them, we've been mentors before. So we're typically mentors in disguise as much as we need to be. We will also be supporting the mentor group. We tend to monitor the event operations, we'll answer questions, and we'll also guide the hackathon as needed for any of the players. So this one's pretty heavy. I tend to not like putting too much on a slide, but I wanted to capture it all in one. So the order of operation is you're going to have your team leads and participants sign up. We then want them to onboard onto Discord. We then want any pitch that's sent in to be engaged with idea voters. So if you're a participant, you should go vote on something if you have interest in it. Then any team lead, either by direct message, which is usually just a right click on your name. They can message you directly and ask if you are interested in joining the team, or they could even message a group. So you want to gather your team, you want to join a team, and then you want to complete the deliverables. So final presentation deliverables are going to be ranked in a certain judging criteria that will also be available on Discord probably tomorrow in a bit more detail. But for now, the deliverables still stand. Is you want to have your problem statement highly understood. To have it highly understood, you want to know what users are going to be impacted. You might want to know a bit about their personas. And then you might want to walk through their current and future expected workflows. So if the problem relates to what they currently have to deal with in their given temporal environment, what does it involve? What tools does it involve? Does it involve interaction with other users? Does it involve interaction with any regulations, any existing services? And how are all those things going to be impacted by your given solution? So then that goes into your overall solution journey. And then really it's an extra, but it does tend to get pretty good points associated to it on the judging criteria. If you do some market analysis, competitor analysis, and even ballpark revenue estimates based upon pricing, that's going to usually bode over pretty well with the judges. I don't have a proof of concept listed here. However, any team that does actually have a working proof of concept is going to rank very highly at the end. And they're going to have a much better interaction with IBM too. So pitches and voting will happen on the pitch sign up channel. All the themes channel is going to house links relative to each of the themes, as well as description of those themes and some extra content to learn from in terms of questions. There's articles and publications associated to those spreadsheets. You should be able to find them again in the upper description of the channel or in a pinned message. Team leads and participants are encouraged to ask any questions on the Discord Ask a Question channel. Teams with 3+ team members get private team channel to complete deliverables, chat, video, communication as a team. And the Welcome Room and Hack Resources channel will house general information, discussion, schedule updates, and all the hack resources, which we may update throughout the course of the next week and the incoming weekend. So these next couple of slides are mostly for the co-directors and mentors, but this one can help. So in getting acquainted to Discord, there's a couple icebreakers that you might find the mentors encouraging you to go through. The easiest one is just typing /Giphy. So you can post your first Giphy on the channel, which I tend to find rather fun, and most people do too. Slightly less easy is if you can find associated meme pictures that actually spell out your problem statement. Moderate difficulty would be doing this for an entire user's journey of the solution to a problem statement. And then relatively difficult is we encourage our mentors and co-directors, as they tend to interact with the teams, to ask pressing questions to make sure you're actually on point, or at least not stuck in any analysis paralysis, given each of the deliverables that we expect to see in the final presentations. So I'll pause there. If there are any questions, we'll go ahead and take them. Otherwise, I think we'll end this pretty soon here. And I can't see the chat, so anyone else, let me know. Okay,
So-
Melanie, over to you if you'd like to go ahead and close out. Oh, we have one. Where are the slides
Do you
for
have any
IBM
questions?
Cloud stuff? So there are links. The slides aren't up there yet. We should have them up there tonight though. But there are plenty of links for all the IBM Cloud stuff that is hosted. Yep.
Which channel are they in again?
I believe the welcome channel. The
Yeah,
welcome.
so there's a welcome room and resources where up top, a lot of this is linked. So if you scroll all the way up to the beginning of the channel, there's an onboarding guide and some of the things Avery mentioned. And then throughout the channel are some links to these types of resources.